Good morning, true crime friends. I'm back. We are back to our regularly scheduled Rising True Crime. And honey, I missed you. You know I missed you. I miss my true crime friends when I'm not here in the mornings. So look, there is a lot going on in the world of true crime. It's chilly here in the Northeast. We're bundling up. We're getting nice warm cups of coffee. And we're settling down with some very, very bad people over there in the court system, although they are all innocent until proven guilty. You know it. I know it. But we have opinions. The first thing I need you to do is like this video and subscribe to the channel. That way we can all get together here every morning and talk about what's going on in the latest true crime gossip news. So look, Florida versus Malirick. This is a trial that I alluded to yesterday. Court TV is calling it the babysitter affair murder trial. Court TV, I'm gonna need y'all to get your naming of your trials together because that's very clunky. I have to think of something clever to call this, but the name they came up with, no thank you. So for now, I'm going to call it Florida versus Malirick. This is what happened. Mr. Malirick and Mrs. Malirick were both in the Navy. He had a kid, she had a kid, and then they got together and they had 3 more kids. I know a little something about that life. I too have a blended family. Here's where it all goes different. Mrs. Malirick got deployed off to Greece for a year. Ooh, she had 5 kids at home and she got to go to Greece for a year? Good for you, girl. Anyway, so she's off in Greece doing naval things, whatever that happens to be. Mr. Malirick is home with 5 children, ages from, I think, 3 to 11. Number 1, that's a lot of kids. Number 2, age 3 to 11. Oh my God. So, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Have a talk, my throat dry so soon. Anyway, so he's home taking care of these kids and he's like, I need some help because 5 kids is a lot of kids. And so he meets a nice girl down at the job, at the Navy. I don't know how all that works. He meets this other lady whose name escapes me right now. And so she's helping with the kids. She's also helping him with his nether regions. She's giving all kinds of assistance. The 2 of the boys are 11 years old, the oldest 2. Those 2 11-year-olds was like, okay, daddy, we're not stupid. We see that the babysitter is spending the night. We see that the babysitter is drinking up all the wine. And we get up in the morning, the babysitter's still sleeping here. Like, okay. So the kids were keeping an eye out on daddy, as well they should. Also, kids are nosy. You're not putting nothing by no kids. Anyway, so the wife comes back from a year in Greece. Welcome back, Opa, or whatever they say in Greece. So the affair continues, unbeknownst to the wife, or maybe beknownst to the wife, unclear. So Mr. Malirick says to the babysitter, you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna kill her. And the babysitter was like, right. Seems like a good plan. Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to reevaluate. But all this happened in 2001. So 20 years ago. So Mr. Malirick, one night, goes out. He's out here in the yard working on the van and says to his wife, "Babe, can you come out here for a minute? I know I'm going to need you to look at this carburetor or some other car part, unclear." So he shoots her like twice in the head with a 22. Apparently a 22 is a small gun. You know, I don't know nothing about that gun life. So anyway, shoots her in the head twice with a 22. The kids hear 2 pops. And then the father comes in and is like, I got to take a shower, and jumps in the shower and takes a real quick shower. And they hear him in there taking a shower, but they eating their pizza, they hanging out, whatever. Some cousins are over there having a real good time. And they were like, hey, where's mom? He's like, oh, mom had to go to the store. She'll be back. Apparently, meanwhile, the girlfriend drives the van over to the Piggly Wiggly or the Stop and Shop or the whatever, some supermarket, and drops off the van. Okay. And then the man and the woman, Mr. Malirick, and the girlfriend get together, take all the weapons or whatever, and decide like, okay, you throw this away, I'm gonna throw that away, this, that, whatever. And they go back, and then a couple hours go by, and Mr. Malirick is like, let me put these kids to bed. Oh my gosh, my throat is so dry. Let me put these kids to bed. And then he's like, my wife is not home. Now look, this is why this man is suspicious to me. His wife goes to the store and she's gone for several hours and he's just like, I wonder where she went. Made some phone calls around. Now, apparently, according to witnesses, he knew where she had gone because later he said to his brother-in-law, why don't you go over there and check the Piggly Wiggly? She might be over there. Sir, if you knew she went to the Piggly Wiggly, how come you ain't go to the Piggly Wiggly and just check? A little drive-by would have solved this whole situation. She would have been found right away. But that's not what he did. He waited. He called the police. He called all these other people. He never went and took a lap around the neighborhood in his car. Okay. Them two 11-year-olds could have watched those other kids during the 10 minutes that you took a lap. Anyway, so the next day he was like, I don't know where she could be. Oh, me. Oh, my, whatever. Meanwhile, the girlfriend at some point during the night had come by and dropped off a lawnmower. Is that a euphemism for something? What was she dropping off for real? Anyway, the brother-in-law finds the woman dead in the van and everybody is freaking out and oh my goodness, and she's no longer on this mortal coil, blah, blah, blah. 20 years go by and the state doesn't have any evidence. They think the husband did it, but they're like, we can't prove this husband did it. How we gonna nail this dude? No evidence. And so the dude just goes on with his merry life. Meanwhile, the girlfriend is pregnant. At the time of this crime, the girlfriend is pregnant. And I'm like, obviously, it's Mr. Malirick's, whatever, is his baby. Turns out, not so much. You see, the cops found out that this girlfriend was pregnant, and they were like, let's see if we can get some DNA on this kid. So they going through the garbage cans. They wait years. They're going through everything. They stalking a child. Florida police, I'm gonna need y'all to not stalk children. They go to his school. They trying to get a milk carton. They trying to get a straw. Does he smoke? Was he throwing out cigarettes? What were y'all doing trying to get DNA from a child? Finally, they get the DNA from the child and they were like, oh, I guess from a drinking straw or something. They were like, it's not this dude's kid. Mr. Malirick had a vasectomy. 5 kids, you can't blame him. He's home alone with 5 kids. He was like, more than a vasectomy, can you just remove everything? Because these kids is driving me crazy. So that's not his baby. So everybody was like, okay, what was that girlfriend up to? She had an ex-husband, not the father of the child. She had a lover, not the father of the child. So some other random dude, we don't know who, is the father of the child. Not to slut shame her, because girl, you can have babies with whoever you want to have babies with. That's your business. The part that I'm upset about is that you might have participated in a murder, the cover-up of a murder. That's a sign of a good girlfriend, but also the sign of a terrible person. So anyway, years and years go by and the cops just don't have the evidence. They never stop thinking the husband did it, but they just don't have the evidence. Finally, the girlfriend is like, they keep going back to this girlfriend, the babysitter, keep going back. Finally, she was like, I'm feeling guilty. I wonder if she like found religion or something. I don't know. So she was like, let me tell you what happened. See, I was talking to him and he proposed murdering his wife. Ma'am, if you're dating, listen, just a little pro tip from me to you. If you're dating a dude and he says, let's kill my wife, you go, right. Hello, 911. This fool's out here trying to murder people. You don't want no parts of that. Number 1, it's bad karma. Number 2, you definitely gonna burn in hell. Number 3, he's not gonna be a good man for you. Because listen, if he murdered that first wife, what you think is gonna happen first time you burn dinner, girl? You better watch yourself. Listen, you don't have to take my advice, but I'm saying if he's that comfortable with murder, he's undateable. So anyway, she's like, yeah, 20 years have gone by. My child is now grown. I've gone on with the rest of my life. He did it. And so the state of Florida was like, Greg, can you come and you can, we can talk about it and whatever. So the state of Florida gets all the evidence together and they take this man to trial. And the jury hangs. Because please keep in mind, friends, I say it all the time, it's not about what happened. The judicial system, the justice system is not about what happened. It's always about what the state can prove. And the state did not have enough evidence to prove their case. The first jury deadlocked. They sent a couple notes out. There was an Allen charge, the whole thing. They were like, yeah, we don't. He might have did it, but y'all ain't prove it. So now we're in trial number 2. What is different from trial 1 to trial 2? Do y'all have the same evidence? Do you have new evidence? Oh, here's the thing. This dude's children testify against him. Her biological children, the stepchildren, everybody testifies against him. I don't know what them kids have to say. Now, can the state prove it? I don't know. But you know I'm nosy. I'm just here for the gossip, the rumor, and the innuendo of the situation. Do the kids write a book? Are the kids going to talk to court TV? Kids, I want to hear from y'all. What was happening in that house? Was he a good dad? Did he burn the macaroni and cheese? I just need to know what's happening. In other domestic situations, we are also back in Florida today on the state of Florida versus Ferriter. Now, this is the boy in the box trial. This Mama Luke, oh my God. The state offered Mr. Ferriter 2 years of confinement and 5 years of probation, which seems light for heavy child abuse, but okay, maybe they were trying to give this man a favor. You know, this dude was like, I will get up there and I will explain my case and everybody will see that I am innocent. Sir, we've watched those Ring doorbell camera videos that you made of you abusing that child after you confined him in a box in your garage, in your multi-million-dollar home, in your fancy neighborhood, sir. He will be lucky if he gets only 15 years. Oh, he's up there looking pretty and arrogant and suave and everything else. Sir, you going down. You are going down. Not only did the state prove their case, the state knocked it out of their park. They tap danced on you. Like, this is a bad situation. And now today we find out in court, is he going to testify in his own defense? Honestly, I hope he does. I want to hear what he has to say. Sir, what could you possibly say to make this situation better? I personally suspected it might be an Alec Murdaugh situation. He's going to get up there and try and get people to feel sorry for him and say, like, I accidentally abused my child over and over again for several years and I videotaped it. The videotaping of it. Sir, what were you? Look, enjoy prison, idiot. So we're going to watch him today and then the Melly trial. Listen, you know I am loathed to mention YNW Melly because his fans can be a little bit excitable. Hello, Melly fans. I sincerely hope you are not watching this video. I believe jury selection begins today on his retrial. The first jury hung. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this second jury. I suspect that he might get convicted, but I do not know. We will see what evidence the state of Florida has. Florida, y'all taking a beating. We got 3 Florida cases this year. Our LDS friends have stopped unaliving people. The Utah folks and the Idaho folks and whatever. Waukesha, whatever. Wisconsin, where y'all at? Because, like, we going to need to break it up. We are very Florida heavy today. And finally, in happy news, Christine Brown of the Sisterwives has finally become a legal wife. Good for you, Christine, girl. After 25 years of putting up with Cody Brown's nonsense, I saw your pictures, Miss Christine. You had a gorgeous wedding and good for you. Her and David have built a custom-built home. I hope she gets all the joy and happiness that she deserves. So look, my throat can't take much more. And I still have to figure out lunchtime at True Crime. True Crime at lunchtime. Lunchtime. You know that thing we do at noon every day. So look, I have to figure out what case we're going to talk about today over our sandwiches and our salads and whatever. So you get on out there and have yourself a fantastic day. And I will see you soon. Bye.